Welcome to this week's Down Home with Tina episode. I have Corey Schoonover coming up in this next segment. He is going to share with us so many wonderful things that they do throughout the year. I know that he is on pretty regularly, but I wasn't even aware of a couple of the fundraising events that they have. And also, folks, mark your calendar. The Fairfield County Fair is right around the corner, and they do have a big tent that is going to be it's the second year in a row that they're at their new spot at the fairgrounds. I also have a Teacher of the Month, Karla Young, who some of you know her for her art lessons and classes that she offers here in the community, as well as she is a middle school teacher. I'll be right back. It's Down Home with Tina.
What makes Fairhope what it is our staff. It's always a question that we ask, why do you want to be here with us? And what they most always say is, you've touched my life this way. You know, you took care of this person, or I've seen what you've done and I want to do that. And so the staff that have been here know what it takes. They've been on the other side. They see what it takes to make someone comfortable, to make the family comfortable, and really what kind of support they need. And so I think that's what really makes Fairhope what it is.
Welcome back to Down Home with Tina. I have one of my favorite people in the whole wide world, the Executive Director of the Fairfield Area Humane Society, as well as he wears other hats in the community as well. But Corey Schoonover.
Thanks. I'm glad that I'm still one of your favorites.
Always, Corey. You're one of my first favorites, and maybe you'll be one of my last.
I find it interesting, like I'm the de facto answer to the trivia questions that you throw out most times. It must be Corey. It must be Corey. You know exactly what I'm talking about, so yeah. But that's fine. I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
So, you're welcome.
How was Wolfstock?
Wolfstock was good, except you weren't there, so I'll call you out on that one. I didn't see you.
No, you didn't see me.
No. It was beautiful, actually. It was a great turnout.
Okay.
Weather worked out nice. We moved back to our original spot underneath and in front of the grandstands.
Nice.
So
nice.
It was great.
That day was, because I have a good reason, I had to go to training for the detention center, that if something would happen to one of my kids, that I knew how to save them. That's important. And then I had to rush to a showing, because I'm back into real estate now. Forgot to mention that. I haven't talked about that yet. And then to Columbus. By the time I got done with that, to Columbus, all the way from Hocking Hills to Columbus, because I promised a youth that I had to get there before Monday to get up to Easton, and came back. I did not get back until 4:30.
All right.
I'm so sorry, though. I did. Well, here's the funny thing. Our mutual friend Janet thought it was Saturday. And I was
I was going to say,
I don't think it's Saturday.
She wasn't there either.
Oh, she was supposed to go.
Oh, see, now I'm calling out everybody. I kind of did that a little bit at one of the most recent city council meetings, and I'm just calling them out on your show. Let me get my list out, folks. I'm just kidding.
No, yeah.
They could get real dark real quick.
We support in other ways.
No, you definitely do. Janet included.
Yes.
And actually, everybody, the community was super supportive. It's really hard to track how many people were there, but you could feel it. It was.
Oh yeah.
And the change, we brought it. So we did that for what, 12 years before we kind of had a 2 or 3 year hiatus, and then brought it back last year, and then made a couple tweaks, like moving it back to that location, changing the food up. So everybody seemed to really enjoy it, and they appreciated the changes. And I think for us, it's a fundraiser, and we accomplished that. But I think more important that the goal the last year or so is kind of getting back out into the community. I think you and I have discussed it, where we're so busy and there's so much going on.
You have so much happening over there all the time. Buildings, new buildings, and things like that.
Yeah, I mean, I specifically hired and created a new position, and it's a dual role, but Carrie's like our community outreach coordinator, and that's specifically to, just front facing. So we got back into the parade. We really hadn't done the 4th of July parade for a couple years.
Oh, okay.
Just going back and doing our nursing home visits and things like that. Like
Nice.
I just didn't, I didn't have the time to do it anymore.
Right.
And now when you have such a big organization with nearly 30 employees, it's really hard for me to even get out of my desk chair sometimes.
Yeah,
right?
I'm sure.
So
yes.
I had a great time. I got a little bit of suntan, which is very rare. I got burnt a little bit, but we had a good time. And then here we are, like already preparing, and it's right around the corner, right? We're preparing for the fair.
Yes.
For Barktoberfest. It's going to be, it's crazy.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about the fair, if you would like, because, and you mentioned it was a fundraiser. Wolfstock is a fundraiser. But anytime anybody purchases something from the Humane Society, it helps you guys, right? I mean, I know that you have things and you sell things. You have your little store and stuff in there.
Yeah.
But you don't, doesn't cost an arm and a leg for it.
Right.
But the extra and the proceeds, anything purchased helps you guys.
Yeah.
Even adopting the animal, animal.
And I think, that's important too. So it's been, I'm in my 16th year.
That's when you just said 15 and you took a couple years off. I knew that. That's why I thought he is, because you're going into your 16th year.
I think middle of June or something. But, and I bring that up because in that time of kind of building what we've built, yes, donations are needed. Donations are huge for us.
Monetary and anything that you guys have out on your list that you always need.
Right?
Yes.
At the same time, I get it. Like sometimes you're not able to do that, but you still need to take your animals to the vet. You still need to get your dog groomed.
And
you still need, and we have those services. That's intentional. Like we did that intentionally, low cost service. Even if you're using our services, you're getting quality services at a low price.
Yes.
And it's still helping us. That's why, like the bottom of our receipt, when you come in and because you buy your food from us, it says, "Thank you. This purchase helped save lives."
Yeah.
That's the point, right?
Yeah.
So then back to those fundraisers, even the fair booth. I like the fair.
Yes.
We moved locations last year. As I think, did you visit us last year? You weren't here, right?
No.
So we moved from our
I didn't.
original
I wasn't able
spot.
to make it.
Yeah.
Where
so
are you? Because I was just, he knew, folks, he knew the look on my face, because that used to be where the wind was the coldest, right? And you could have icicles off on your face. Yes.
So another one of our.
But it's not. So where'd you move?
No.
I'm sorry.
So another one of our mutual friends, Jamie Mast and the Jimmy Jawbreaker trailer.
Yes.
We were smack next to them. We had a big tent. We had our trailer out front, and we had a full setup. So, how I graduated to like 2 spots underneath the grandstand. We kind of expanded. So now we have like this, I think it was like a 20 by 30 tent.
All on its own.
That was set up.
Outside.
Yeah. So it was.
So you're not even under the grandstand anymore.
And we don't have to worry about that wind tunnel. So the weather it was nice weather. It was a little warm, so that tent got a little stuffy.
So I know exactly what you're talking about, Jimmy Jawbreakers. Over there where Jimmy Jawbreakers then were.
Yeah, we're right next to them.
What used to be there? Cars.
Yeah, I think at some point there.
Cars.
Yeah.
I haven't gone to the Fairfield County Fair every day, or almost every year.
Yeah, so we're kind of like right
that.
next to them, like right up next to the round barn.
Or something, yeah, nice.
Yeah. So that worked out. So we'll be back in that spot again.
Good.
And then we roll right into that to Barktoberfest and
Talk to me about that.
On our haunted trail. So So I told you I had hired this a year ago. Hired this community outreach coordinator, and her favorite holiday
is Oktoberfest.
Is Halloween.
Halloween. Okay, Halloween.
So we're trying to figure out. So we do 3 big fundraisers a year now. So you have Raise the Wolf in February, kind of like around Valentine's Day.
Okay.
Then
that one's
Wolfstock,
fairly new. It's got to be. I've not been that out.
We did that first time last year.
Okay.
So
yeah. Okay.
Raise the Wolf in February, Wolfstock in August,
Right.
and then Barktoberfest, like the weekend before Halloween weekend.
Okay.
And last year we did, so it's kind of like a day event, like think mini Wolfstock,
Okay.
but then at night, on Friday and Saturday night that weekend, we do a haunted trail in the Round Barn. And you want to talk about a built-in spooky
Scary.
building
Yeah, no, that's why
in
I'm
the
like,
dark anyways.
No, thank you.
So it was a
I'm
good
good.
time, and we had like 20 real-life actors.
And that.
So a few scares. We even had some of them like at the road at the main entrance, and I guess it did scare a few people driving by because the police showed up to see what was going on.
Okay, well,
The
mission accomplished
officer,
on
I think
that.
it was Officer Sinaway, but he actually went through the haunted trail and he gave us 2 thumbs up. He liked it.
Yeah.
Maybe not try and
awesome.
scare people on the street. So we'll try not to do that. But
I think it's awesome
yeah.
for those who love that, because I am not able to do that.
I walked through it, and I think they tried extra hard, and I was a little upset by the end. I'm just like, they'll tone it down. Because we actually had like,
because it was you, of course.
well,
is why.
and we had younger, yes, and so there were some younger kids. So it was like, well, like, do you want the real experience or do you want the toned down experience? If that makes sense.
yeah,
so we
yeah,
just asked
and
the
you just-
parents, and then we just
oh,
radio
nice.
to everybody like, hey,
Tone it down.
you know,
or, yeah.
there's a group of younger kids coming through. Like, we're not trying to,
Yeah, like,
you know,
give them nightmares.
but yeah, I mean, it's just something fun. And again, the parades, getting re-involved in the parades, it's like everybody knows what we're doing, I hope, at this point.
Yes.
And I feel some of that stuff is like just being interactive in the community. I mean, let's be honest. You've seen our fleet of humane officer vehicles, and when we're on scene somewhere, it usually is like not a great thing.
How many humane officers do you have, by the way? Because I'm so confused. I saw somebody in a truck, and I was like,
And it wasn't me.
or Dave.
Yeah, that was probably Carrie. So we have 3.
I should have been like, I was so. If I would have been closer, I'd have been like, "Who are you?" And he'd have been like, "Who are you?"
Well, it's interesting because people will call in and ask for me, and if I'm not available, they're asked like, "Hey, what are you calling in for?" Oh, well, Corey doesn't even need to handle that. Now there's still folks that like they got to talk to me, right? Which is fine, but there are things like I don't. So I have humane officer. I'm a sworn-in humane officer, of course, Dave, and then Carrie as well.
Okay.
So, but like I said, those are like we're engaged in the community in that regard. But when you're talking law enforcement duties, some of it's not.
Yeah, it's
not the greatest.
Yeah.
Generally, if we're in your neighborhood with crates and carriers and removing things, it's not. So we want to be. We want to be in some more positive experiences out in the community. So I think
yes, and that's the way
I'm
to do it.
hoping people are starting to notice that we've
yes,
kind
you
of gotten
have a
back to
good
that. Because
reputation.
remember, 15 years ago, I was sleeping in a dog kennel in front of Carnival to
I
try
do remember that.
and
I do remember
be
that.
community
Yes,
involved.
you did.
So we've graduated that a little bit. I don't
Nice.
think I could sleep outside again.
I would. That would be
that.
funny.
I have a hard
Not-
time
yeah.
getting out of my sleep number bed and tying my shoes, let alone
Let
trying
alone
to sleep on
climbing
the
out of the
sidewalk.
Corey, the website and all that good
Yeah.
stuff for folks.
It's,
The hours of operation.
Yeah,
and things.
fairhumane.org. That'll give you all the information you need.
Yes.
And it's not that I don't want to tell you the number, fairhumane.org.
And just scroll down, and it's on the bottom. I don't know
We-
why
we-
still
we
to
got
this
it
day, fairhumane.org.
Submission
and I'm like,
forms.
what's
you
the
don't
number?
even
You
have
think
to,
I'd have it?
You don't even have to call. Everything can be handled on the website.
I will call. But anyways, no. Corey, thank you so
You're
much.
welcome.
Good luck on the things coming up.
Yep.
Folks, don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. I have a Teacher of the Month. Up next, it's Down Home with Tina.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
Welcome back to Down Home with Tina. I am really, really excited to have with me today. She doesn't know this, and I hope I don't surprise her too much, but I like to highlight teachers as like a Teacher of the Month thing, and she is an art teacher, but we are going to talk about a lot of different things art, because I did not realize, well, I did recently because I saw on Facebook that she is doing something else in the community. Karla Young, you have been doing a lot of things in the community for years now, like literally, seriously, because you even did for the Lancaster Festival during the COVID time, you did something. So you have been out there, and many folks who probably are watching this know who you are. Just probably, if not, their children have had you, or somebody's had you as an art teacher. I don't know how many years you've been teaching art, but now are in the community. But you were teaching art. Oh, Karla, I've known you since your kids were little. You remember that?
Oh, yes.
My son and your son played soccer.
Yes.
We're talking about many moons. So I knew Karla before she even started doing all these things that everybody else. So, no, I'm joking. No, I knew her before you know. So why did you decide to teach art? Let me ask you that first.
Oh, well, I've always grown up loving art and enjoying, just finding ways to be creative. I had a grandmother who was a self-taught artist, so every time we would go and visit, I would get to see a painting that she was working on or a painting that she had just finished. And then my granddaddy, he would make the mats and build the frames for my grandmother's work, and they lined their farmhouse, just wall-to-wall paintings from my grandmother. So when she passed away, everyone in the family, was encouraged to take a piece or their favorite piece. So I have one of my grandmother's paintings that's precious to me. My mom is a seamstress, beautiful dresses, and she's done that her whole life, and has always been very creative that way. I just have grown up around a lot of teachers and around a lot of creative people. And then when I was in school, I went through the Lancaster schools. I had Don Fish as a teacher, and that was at Thomas Ewing.
Okay.
And he made a huge impression on me. And even now, sometimes I think, what would Mr. Fish do? And then I went on and I had art with Lise Ricketts, who's now on the school board.
Yes.
So she was a huge mentor to me. And then when I did my student teaching, she was my cooperating teacher as well. I went on and I worked with Kathy Zekas, Zekas at the time, and Patsy Givens, and just teachers that I really enjoyed, really connected with, people that also took an interest in me and encouraged me to continue. Nice. Maybe they saw something in me that they encouraged, and so I just wanted to be that kind of a person for kids today.
I think that is just awesome. And you do not only do it in the classroom, you also do it out in your own studio.
I do.
Yeah.
So I teach at General Sherman Junior High. This is my 26th year in public education. It's my 18th year working in the Lancaster schools.
Okay.
So
I substituted for art. I hadn't told you this yet, and I'm not an artist. And I would say to my kids, how many of you love art? And most raise their hand. How many of you do not? Typically 9 times out of 10, and it just seemed like 1 or 2 of the boys were just like, and I would go to explain to them. I'd say, you know what? I love art, but do not ask me to just draw something, because I don't have that in my mind. I said, now if you gave me, and I would show them a picture of Snoopy. If you gave me a Snoopy picture, I can draw that all day long. And I go, maybe that's the type of artist you are.
Right.
And then it really made them kind of, I think, more comfortable. But I do have to tell you, I had a 3rd or 4th grader draw, by just her own creative mind and what she had in there, the most beautiful picture of a person. I'm like, this is true talent. You got to show me what you want me to draw. And then, do you think that is like, does that help for kids to know not all of us are natural artists, but sometimes we just need to be taught or shown? And what is your take on that as a teacher?
When they come into me as a middle schooler, that's an age where they're kind of trying to figure out who they are, what their interests are, and for a lot of kids, they're very self-conscious at that age. And so I hear a lot like, I'm not good at art, I can't do art, and a lot of the kids equate art with drawing. So I try to break down that barrier right from the get-go, and we do a lot of abstract work because I talk to them about how art is not just about drawing. You know, there are some of the most famous artists in the world. We don't know if they could draw a real looking person or not. But maybe they could express themselves through color and through line and through shape in a way that no one else could, or in a way that excites and communicates an emotion, you know, to someone else, to the viewer. So I try to stress that and build up their confidence that anyone can do art. Art is not just drawing. You know, some sculptors maybe are not great at drawing, but they can do the most incredible things in 3D.
With their hands,
So at the middle school level, I try to give them lots of different materials to work with. You know, we'll work with a variety of different art materials like oil pastels and watercolors and paint and clay and, you know, pencil and shading and color, you know, just different things, watercolor pencils, just because they may not like one thing, but they may find that they like something else. So just kind of helping them explore and give them a safe place to just have that outlet and just build their confidence. And my goal is for them to come out of my class liking art at least a little bit more
some
than
form
when they came
of it.
in. Yes.
So I love that.
So,
do you have a favorite that you like to teach the kids that you find yourself getting more excited about? I know sometimes that's hard, like asking a musician, what's your favorite song? You know, things like that. But
I don't know. That's a tough one.
Or
to
what's the most
answer.
fun to teach the kids? I guess. Do you think that they
they enjoy painting.
Just painting overall.
Yeah. That's, you know, a lot of kids have grown up maybe being able to color or to use markers, but to be given paint and be taught how to mix colors to make all the colors on the color wheel, or to how to, you know, lighten and darken colors and blend colors. You know, a lot of that is new information, and so they're very attentive and very excited about that.
So with that being said, the Young at Art Studio.
Okay, so
let's talk about that.
Well, that's kind of come and gone in different times in my life, different stages, but I did it when my kids were little and I was a stay-at-home mom. I started teaching private art lessons then, and then when I went back to teaching full-time, I didn't think I would do that. But as my kids got older and I started having friends ask me, you know, would you ever teach private lessons? Because, you know, my child or, you know, a friend of mine was asking if I knew anyone, and, you know, they think of me. And so I thought, well, I have space and I have a little extra time with the kids being older. I could start maybe one night a week offering private lessons. And so one night a week led to 2 nights a week, and then 3 nights a week, and then I added on a Saturday morning class, and then it just got to be a whole lot of traffic in and out of my home, and just a lot. So I started thinking maybe I need to remove this and find a place to rent. And so I found a space downtown to rent, just thinking it would, you know, just be a better accommodation for people. And so sorry. So I found the building. I found the building, and we started renting. I started renting the building, and then having a legit, you know, commercial space brought even more interest. So I asked an art teacher if she would like to pick up a couple classes and teach some of the kids from the waiting list. And then it has just grown. And since that time, over the past maybe 4 or 5 years, we've since moved into a building that I was able to purchase, and it's now on 6th Avenue.
Yeah.
And there's a total of 5 instructors, and we have classes all week long, and we had 160 summer campers that came. We were full.
Successful. I love it. I love it.
We have a splatter studio in the basement. People come and flame paint at canvases.
So how can folks find out more about it? Like, do you have a website, Facebook, or any of that? Where can
we
they go for that?
We have a lot of that. We have Facebook, Young at Art,
Okay.
LLC. We have an Instagram page, and then our website is youngatart.studio.
Perfect. And I know that we've only got like less than a minute left, but you won an award for your building, right? From the Fairfield County Heritage Association.
Yes, a Cornet Award.
A Cornet
for
Award.
beautification of the exterior.
I love that.
That
And
was exciting.
then also something else that folks will be looking forward is that you are the official the Christmas card for Fairfield County Heritage Association, and that will be available to purchase.
I believe that will be available around the time of the fair.
Okay.
And they will have a fair
think that does
booth,
some-
and then
yes.
it'll be available in the gift shop at the Georgian. And
Perfect. I know. The time goes by so fast when you're talking about things that I'm so excited to share. Okay, so folks can find out the hours and all of that with the art studio on the Facebook, Instagram, and all that stuff.
yes.
Carla, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
She's not just a teacher of the month; she's like the artist of the here, at least.
You're silly.
Thank you, folks. I'll be right back. It's Down Home with Tina.
Thanks.
The Frankie Smith Funeral Home and Crematory in Lancaster and the Johnson Smith Funeral Home in Baltimore have a long and wonderful history of serving our community. Feel free to give us a call at 740-653-0652. Stop in and see us at either of our 2 locations, 405 North Columbus Street in Lancaster and 207 South Main Street in Baltimore. Respect for tradition, regard for change.
Mom was always organized, but she started forgetting to pay her bills on time.
And she'd buy the same gifts over and over.
Telling the girls about my Alzheimer's diagnosis was really hard.
At first we had our cries, but then we were like, okay, let's make a plan.
Early detection gave us time to adapt together.
It's so important for you to think about what you can do and making the most of what you have.
If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
Down Home with Tina is brought to you by these amazing sponsors. Also, our Teacher of the Month is brought to us by Cryo Communications. Folks, one of the things I just want to remind you, because of all of the different things that we have going on right now, school just getting back into the swing of things with that. And we've got coming up right around the corner is the Fairfield County Fair. And there's always so many things happening that just take time to breathe. I tell my kids that, sometimes we just have to go, whew, okay, let's just sit down and relax and enjoy what we have and be grateful for what we have. Just a little tip that I share with the kids at the detention center is when we wake up in the morning, think of 3 things we're grateful for. When we lay down at night, think of 3 things we're grateful for. And I just want you to know I am grateful for you. So thanks for watching. I hope you have a great week. God bless and good day. It's Down Home with Tina.